informed that the Ghana Publishing Company Limited, GPCL, is under renewed scrutiny as debate rages over whether its recent performance reflects the current administration led by Nana Boate or the legacy of former Managing Director David Asante. One of Ghana's oldest state-owned enterprises, GPCL prints and publishes books and stationery for schools, government, and the public. Amid the debate, JoyNews Research has reviewed the company's records, and Caleb Ziblim joins me in studio for more on this independent analysis that you've carried out. I mean, the former MD says the glory should go to him. The current one says it should go to him. You've been looking at the record over the years. What have you actually identified?
Yes, Carlos. So we've gone as far back as we could, and then the earliest we could get was 2011. So we've gone back, I think, about 14 years now. Okay. Of the Ghana Publishing Company's, operations. And the company was actually founded in around 1965, thereabouts. But, we couldn't get all the details, so we had to go back to 2011. Okay. And you can see from the graph, from 2011 to, let's say, 2024. Okay. The company made profits about 6 times and then lost about 5 times as well. So you can see that the losses and the profits are almost the same. Yeah. And then if you look at the highest profit so far, let's ignore the 2025 for now. The highest profit so far was in 2023, where they made a profit of 2.7 million cedis. And then after that 2.7, the second highest was in 2015, where the company made a profit of 2.46 million cedis. And the 2016 figure is interesting because if you look at the audited financial statements from the company, it shows that 2016 there was a loss of 2.8 million cedis. But if you look at the Auditor General's report, it showed there was actually a profit of about 200,000 Ghana cedis. In that same year? In that same year, for the same 2016. Okay. So for 2016, it's a bit sketchy. We don't know whether to rely on the Auditor General's report or the Auditor Company's report, because usually they are the same. Sometimes just a CD or two different, but usually... But this data as we have is from the Ghana Publishing Company? The Ghana Publishing Company. Okay. And we've also managed to get our hands on the 2026 budgets of the company. And the 2026 budgets, if you look down, you see the first 8 months of 2025, the results of the company's operations are there. Those are the actual figures, and it's on my journal line as well. Okay. If you look, the company made a profit of 6.6 million cedis. That's for the first 8 months of 2025. And you can see that's the highest over the past 11 years. Sure. We've not seen this before. I think if you even add, it might get you the total profits for over the past 14 years or so. Yeah. So the first 8 months of 2025 is looking very good for the company, and we've not seen this kind of level of profits before. And this is where the contention actually is. Exactly, whether to give the praise to the former administration. And as you can see, the profit actually started somewhere in 2022, the sustained profit. So 2022, 2023, 2024, there were profits. But then prior to that, it was ups and downs, even though there was profit some years. Okay. Profit, they make a loss, profit, loss. But then from 2022, you can see some kind of stability in profit level. But in 2025, that's the jump we've seen so far. And you might ask yourself why we are seeing this jump. Okay. And well, if you look at the data, the revenue has not increased dramatically. So for the first 8 months of the year, the revenue was about 38 million cedis. Okay, that's for 2025. 2025, the first 8 months. But then the difference we are seeing is the expenditure levels. So the expenditure is in red. And if you look at the graph from 2011 to 2025, the gap between the red and the black bars are almost always close. If it's very close, it means no profits. If the red is higher, it means you made a loss. Okay. So if you look at from 2022 to 2024, the red and black bars are, there's some space which there's profits, but it's not too far apart. But if you look at 2025, there's some gap over there. And that gap is usually your profits. So which is why in 2025, we are seeing that there's a significant jump in the profit level of the company, even though the revenue levels are almost subdued a bit. So understanding why expenditure has not gone up dramatically, especially because the new administration has opened up a new press center. I think that's about 3 million cedis. Okay. A new land cruiser for the MD and some renovations around the building as well. So even though expenditure has happened, it's been subdued, which is why we can see the 6.6 million profit level. And if you go ahead to the assets of the company, and this was in contention because the former MD said there was a 3,000% increase in net assets of the company. And if you look at from 2022 to 2023, there's a massive jump from 60 million to 104 million. Okay. But then we went through the books and we saw that this massive jump was because of a revaluation surplus. So in the simple terms, revaluation is where your existing buildings, you take it to someone to value it for you. So a house, even though you built a house about 10 years ago, the same value of the house now will be more than it was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So this is why it jumped from 16 to 100. I think about 85 million, 85.4 million was because of the revaluation. So we did our analysis and took out the effect of the revaluation.
Okay.
If you take out the effect of the revaluation, you can see that from 2019 to 2024, the assets of the company was rising.
Okay.
But in 2025, there's a massive jump. Exactly. About 15 million cedis jump from 2024 to 2025. And again, we've taken out the effects of the 2023 revaluation. If you still leave it in, you can see from 106 million to 122 million. It's not the same as 15 million if you do the math. Okay. So this is the first time, again, we are seeing a very massive jump in just 1 year of operations. So looking at the books of the company, you can see that in 2025, there's been some difference in improvements in the operations of the company. And then it's a fact that from 2022 onwards, there was some sustained profits.
But not as high as we are seeing in 2025.
Exactly, 2025.